model of a financial ecosystem that is utilizing blockchain. Now, why is this important? So basically, when you use a blockchain-based application in the financial domain, there are many other supporting pillars which need to be incorporated to ensure that the implementation is a robust one. So if you just focus on the hypothetical model of a financial ecosystem that I have drawn here on the slide, you see that the financial organization is on the right-hand side, and we have a bank as well, just in case there needs to be some interaction between the financial organization and the bank, not to do away with the banks altogether. And the bank has a database with the user accounts. Now, for example, this financial organization wants to come up with a blockchain-based application based on donation. This can also be applied to impact finance in the sense that you can use a donation to crowdfund SDG projects. So this financial organization brings out two blockchain-based applications, one on donation and another on tokenization. Let us consider it as tokenization of a green sukuk in the case of impact finance. So the donation application and the tokenization, it might not be a single smart contract. There can be multiple smart contracts which are able to achieve the process of donation or tokenization. Now, a question arises, how does a financial organization, which is used to a certain administrative hierarchy, is able to manage these smart contracts? If you just think in terms of a single smart contract, fine. But what about the fact that there were multiple smart contracts? How do you go about managing them? So this is a very crucial challenge when you think in terms of the usage of blockchain. So what I did was I developed a management plane to integrate manageability of these smart contracts. So what this management plane accomplishes is that you will have a single interface, a single smart contract that is managing as many smart contracts as you want to. This also results in cost reduction. You require less human resources for it. And simultaneously, what I was able to accomplish through this was I developed a dashboard. Right now, if, for example, you are using Ethereum, you would need to go to the Ethereum Explorer. But with my dashboard, what you can do is that at periodic intervals, the dashboard will display the changes in the smart contract data for your application. And alternatively, what I also did was, like, for example, there are some people who might not want to come to the dashboard. They want to receive email notifications. Okay, this event has occurred. Maybe this loan has been repaid. And I want to get the notification on my email for that. So I have also accomplished that through the management plane. Now, coming to the left-hand side where you see the database. So, for example, when you are using the donation application, maybe you want to do automatic automatic donation from the user account. He authorizes your financial organization to take some money from his bank and give into donation, like 2.5% for zakat. So basically, when you are accessing the user accounts in the database of a bank, you need to think in terms of data privacy, which is very, very important in the context of GDPR, which is the European General Data Protection Regulation. So what I did was I developed a privacy management plane, which uses differential privacy. Now, differential privacy is something like you can think in terms of analyzing a statistical database. Like, for example, the bank has a database, and I want to know how many people in the bank have an average salary of, let's say, 5,000 US dollars. So I can use differential privacy to answer this query. So it will just give me an approximate number without telling you anything about the user details. So there is no way you can get to know who are the users involved, who the bank account holders, in giving you the final result of that particular query, like let's say average number of average salary or the number of people that you want to know. Now, again, the privacy management plane that I accomplished was through smart contracts. So how can you manage these smart contracts? So you can use the management plane again. A very important point to note here is whenever you want to desire privacy in the present scenario with respect to the blockchain data, you need to use a permission blockchain network. It will not work for the public blockchain network as of now. So through the privacy management plane, you can get the answer to the query and send it to the blockchain platform where the data will be stored. Now, so the financial organization is, let's suppose, using the blockchain platform that is depicted in the figure. When you consider the blockchain platform, so this should have some kind of governance. We have different entities in the blockchain network, users, validators, which are miners in case of Ethereum. Then you have the stakeholders, then you have the founders, and the organization might have different goals. So you have to consolidate the goals of the blockchain platform and help the validators or the miners and the users contribute to the accomplishment of these goals. And how can this be done? This can be done when you talk about a governance strategy. So this is a very, very crucial challenge that exists in blockchain platforms, whether it is Ethereum, whether it is Bitcoin, whether it is Tezos, which follows an on-chain governance. So what I did was I came up with a mathematical model for blockchain governance based on a Nash equilibrium, which is a concept in game theory. And then because I was doing a research on cryptocurrencies, and cryptocurrencies are divisible to fractions of a cent, automatically a very important application arises of blockchain-based micropayments, which have a very important role when you think of financial inclusion, when you think of providing services, financial services to people who are unbanked and underbanked. So I did a study on the economic impact of these blockchain-based micropayment systems. And in the context of impact finance, all these development tools that you see here are very, very important. And as the questions come and as I talk about other things, I will brief on how the utility of the blockchain is very important for impact finance, and of course the challenges that are still present.